Alright, I'm sitting in the car, chilling. Alright, so, my nose. Alright, so story time. Um, about a week ago, there's this black woman that lives, this is a mixed neighborhood that I live in. But there's this woman, she got two kids, two little ones. And, she's like a lot of these black women are by themselves. No man or whatever. And I sit right over there where my truck is, and I see, the whole neighborhood pretty much. And she parks like, like boom, like right there. And me knowing something about cars, was just listening to her car. She got in it and went to pull off. And, when I saw her again, because I'm always sitting on my truck, that's my dude right there. I get all the, what I'm saying, that's how I make my money. So I sit there and, do a lot of my thinking. So I, saw her coming out the house again, and I was like, "Hey, when's the last time you had an oil change?" And she goes, "I just had one, in June or so and so." I said, "Well, you better get another one." "Hey, what's going on?" And I said, "Listen, you better get another oil change because your car sounds like it's about to go out." I said, "Your lifters are knocking," is what I said. And she said, "I don't know what those are." I said, "All right, start your car up." And she started the car up, and you can hear it go, like. I said, "That sound right there, those are lifters." I said, "You had to put some oil in it." So I see her today, not thinking anything of it. Just want to ask her, how's the ride doing? Because I didn't see it. She was getting another ride, and I was like, "Yo, did you put some oil in your car?" And she snapped at me, and she was like, uh, uh, "No." She said, "No, I didn't." I said, "Well, you better before it breaks down." She said, "Well, it did." And I was like, she said, "I don't think it's funny." And I was just like, "Look, I was just trying to help you. Like I came to you like a couple of weeks ago and told you to do it, and now the car went out on you. She no longer, well, I don't know where it's at, but she's not driving that one. I just don't think it's funny, So she snapped at me. So I was like, what you should have did was you should have thanked me for trying to help you. It's what you should have did instead of trying to bite my head off like I owe you something. Like I'm like, okay, you know what? I got you, black women. I got you, sisters. I got you. I got you, sisters. I got you. I got you. I got you. Mind my own business. Y'all keep telling me that. I keep trying to help y'all. But mind my own damn business. Don't try to help y'all. I got you, sisters. I got you. I got you. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got it, sisters. I got it. Don't do manly stuff. Don't mind my own business. Hey, what's going on? Mind my own business. I got it. I got the message. I'm hard headed. Because I be seeing my sisters in need, and I'm a whole man out here. So, so I do man stuff, and there's just stuff that you just don't know because it's not, in your realm. It's not what you do, even though some women might know some things. But, if you ain't climbing up under a car anytime soon, there's a good chance I just know more than you about a vehicle. But you want to bite my head off because your stuff broke down and you had a stranger who was nice enough to walk up to you and say, "Listen, this is what's going to happen if you don't do this." You didn't do it. You didn't do it. You ignored me, pretty much. You were just like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." What you thought was I was trying to hit on you. But I ain't saying nothing about trying to get in your drawers. I ain't ask you for your number. I see you every day. You live across the street. You thought I was trying to get on them drawers, and I wasn't. I was simply trying to be nice to you. But since you so ghetto and ratchet, you don't know what being nice to you is. And now your stuff is broke down. Good for you. Good for your evil ass. Next time the man tells you something about your car that you might need, you might want to call somebody who knows something about cars and ask him about it. You ain't got to be nasty or mean. You can just be like, This guy said this. You might have a dude somewhere around who might know something about cars, and he might be able to be like, let me come listen to it. And this is how I know you have no man in your life. This is how I know you have not one man in your life. You not listen. There's nobody tapping it. There's nobody. It's probably nobody interested. There's probably not one man who's interested. This is how I know. Because if you had any man in your life, especially if he's a grown man, not one of these little boys who don't know anything about anything, you had a grown man in your life, he would have told you a long time ago, your car is about to break down. And that was it, and that's all. That's how I know a lot of these women ain't got no man whatsoever. And they do stuff to piss any man off who comes around them to try to help them in some kind of way. But listen, men know stuff. We just know stuff because we have to keep things running. We can't rely on some woman to just come out of nowhere and just start getting things. No, listen, our mind state is we are by ourselves. We have to get it done. Our mind state isn't somebody's going to come save us. We don't got that mind state. We don't got it like that. We got to get up. We got to get it done or it's not going to get done. That's how we think. So we got to go out here and if we don't know how to do something, we got to find somebody who does. I don't know how to get up here under my car and change a whole muffler system. I don't know how to do that. But if I had to do it by myself, I'm going to have to go and learn how to do it by myself and or find some people who know how to do it. Now, lucky for me, I know people who know how to do that. And the thing about me is changing my muffler system isn't hard. But the problem is the cost of it. That's where, you know what I'm saying? About time you buy all the tools and stuff but it's just going to cost you so much. You could have went right down the street and had somebody else do it. You know what I mean? So you women, you kill every man who's trying to do right and just trying to give you just the and make it so bad she ain't even that cute. That's what I don't get. You're not even you not but you know what? Hey, that's on y'all. Because I will never say nothing to that lady again. I'll never give her advice again. You know what I'm saying? I even watch her kids running around. She got a little girl and a little boy. And one day, a little girl was out there playing with the rest of the kids. She's a bossy little girl, too. I don't know how old she is. I don't know how old kids are. I'm not around kids. But I was just watching her, and then I overheard the little girl said to another little girl, she said, yeah, for house cleaning with friends. Yeah, that's a damn good trade. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how it's supposed to be done. You know what I'm saying? You cook me something, I'll do something for you. These women around here, really, I'm in the wrong city. Because these women around here is 40, 50, and think that I'm trying to get on like, I look that desperate to you. Like, you ladies see me all the time. Do you see me with a woman? Do you see me with a bunch of women coming in and out? No, that's because I don't want a bunch of women coming in and out of my house. You see me by myself and you see me grinding. You see me with refrigerators and stoves, junk. You see me sweating and dirty all the time, minding my own grizzy. You know what I'm saying? That's what you see. Smell bad from the junkyard, out here with grease and stuff on me. That's what you see. You think I got time to chase one of y'all? I don't give a goddamn about none of y'all. I don't give not one damn. But I forgot what I was even saying. I don't give that one damn. But the way it's supposed to be is, you do something for me, I do something for you. But these chicks really think I just want to, like one of my neighbors. I just like, okay, you want to flip out and act like I'm just repulsive. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna be looking out for you no more. And she got the message. I speak to her, but I keep going. I'm not gonna look out for you, and you think that I'm repulsive. Now I get the point. I'll stay to myself. Once I get that message, I'm cordial though. Hey, how you doing? And I just keep going. I'm just like, nah, you on your own. You get a man and have him come over here and do. I'm not. You're not friend zoning me, and then I gotta look all. You wanna come? Nah, want to come to me for just stupid stuff, but want to act like I'm a germ or something. If I wanted a bunch of women coming in and out of my house, I could do that. I just don't want the noise. I don't care about that. I don't give not one damn about a bunch of women coming into my house. What I care about is getting my bread up and getting my stocks up. That's what I care about. What's my stock numbers doing? You feel me? All that other stuff, it's not worth it. But I see you black women. Y'all be hurting brothers, man, because brothers be wanting to do. It's in my nature to want to help the female. That's what hurts so bad. It's in my nature to want to help you. But I am so sick of you. I am so sick. I'm so sick of my own people looking at me like the enemy. I am so sick. And it's not every woman, but it's just so many of them. I am so sick of the black woman who assumes that I'm going to do something to them, or I am so tired of this. I have to move. I have to go somewhere else because I can't. It's how you are wired, definitely. And I am in the wrong city. And that's it. Yeah, I'm in the wrong city. Because this has been happening to me for a long time, and I'm just done with the I'm gonna look for another city to move to. I love the cost of living here, but I cannot be social with these stupid people anymore. I just can't. I can't. These women and their weird ass way of thinking. Just backwards ass, cliquish ass, stupid ass way of thinking. I can't. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, it is. It's the cost of living is low. See, right now Columbus is doing what I needed to do, but I'm almost done because I needed a few things, and I'm almost done. I needed my degree. I got my degree. I needed to stack some chips. I stacked my chips, but recently I lost some money in the stock market, and so I'm working on getting that back. And as soon as I get up to like a certain amount, where okay, so I'm trying to get to an amount to where my my stocks are covering my major bills. So I need my stock to cover my rent. And I got a little diddly do there. Yeah. I need my stock to cover my rent. And I had it going on like that for a minute, but I chose the wrong preferred stock. That stock sank on me, so on and so forth, such as the stock market. And I made the mistake of getting out too soon. And I lost some serious chips. And now I have another preferred stock that sank on me, but now I'm not getting out of it. So I have money tied up into that stock until it goes up to a certain percent, and then I'm jumping right out of that. And there's two other stocks that I really like. Plus, I have some other stuff going on. Well, I'm waiting till I find my right mix and then all that's just going to build up to everything that I lost. It's just going to come back, and I'm waiting for that because no. I only have a couple $100 in crypto. I don't really rock with crypto because I was looking at my crypto today and I was going, I could put some money in crypto right now. But the reason why I do it is because crypto, I only have one cryptocurrency. I had a couple of them, but I let them go. I only got Bitcoin, and I'm only $200 in on Bitcoin. And what's happening is Bitcoin is vacillating in between 5%. So it jumps 5%, then it goes down 5%. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the reason. See, I have that $200 there just for the future. Like, I don't mess with it. I watch it go down to like 196. I watch it go up to, 205. And I'm just watching it do that. Now, what that's telling me, and that's on average. If I took $1,000 and, did the same thing, I would lose $20 off the rip because that's what they take from you. And once you withdraw, you're going to lose $20. So I'm going to lose that off the rip. I think it might be a little bit more than that. But nonetheless, if I got in when the stock goes down to like 45,000, I already know it's going to go up to 48, 49,000. You know what I mean? So I would be looking at a 3%, something like that. Be looking at $1,000. So you'd be looking at, whatever 3% of $1,000 is. You know what I'm saying? So, if I did it like that, now if I put $5,000 on it, now that 3% is it would do what I want it to do. So I would automatically lose one, two, three, four. I would automatically lose $80 just going in with $5,000. One, two, three, four. I would lose $100 going in, and I would lose $100 coming out if it stayed at $5,000. But if I go in and it drop and it's down, to 45, and I hit it with $5,000, and it climbs up to 49, 48, 49, I could take money off of that, skim money off of that, and be okay. But the problem is you lose so much when you're doing that. In the regular stocks, you can just be like sell, buy, and you're not losing any money. You know what I'm saying? And you're reinvesting when you do that. With cryptocurrency, you can't just, okay, I'm going to take $100. You can, but you're going to lose so much money when you're doing it. And every time you do it, you're losing money. So you have to win, you have to win big, or you have to compensate for the amount that you're going to lose. So if I did it with $5,000, I'm automatically going to be down for 4990. Well, 499, $4,900, because I'm going to lose $100 going in, and then I have to wait first to get that $100 back, and then I have to make whatever on that. I have to make $100 more because I'm going to lose that. So I automatically have to make $200. I don't know what percent of $5,000 that is, but I automatically have to account. Hey, what's going on? I look lovely. You're a guy, man. Are you, what? I don't know what gender you are. Wait a minute. I look lovely. Because I always thought you were a guy. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. We don't do that. We don't do. You're a guy? Yo, bro. All right, man, whatever. But, I'm a straight dude, man. But, anyway, so so what I'm saying with the cryptocurrency, you gotta compensate for, the loss that you're gonna incur when you're trading in and out. And this is why I can't do a daily trade with it. I would have to do something like a weekly trade, and I'll have to wait till it goes back up 5%. Because if you're looking at 5% of 5,000, let me get my bearings straight here. Let me get my math straight here. So I'm trying to do this in my head. Well, 10% will be 500. So you're looking at $250. You know, so automatically, if it goes up 5%, I get $250. Then I have to compensate for the loss. So I would have to actually get $450 just to get $250 out of it. You know what I mean? And it's not doing that. It's not going up 5%. Now I could take that $250 and just boom, put it in my bank account, reapply, do the same thing, $5,000. Boom. Once it goes up past the $5,000 mark, and it goes up 5,200, 5,300, 400. Boom. I take 300 out of it. Boom. Wait until it do it again. And keep doing it like that. But crypto is too. Crypto is. It's scary. It's too. The drops with crypto is too scary, and that's why I don't want to do that. But yeah. So I always talk about the stock market when I get on these lives, man. I just start talking about the stock market because that's really what's on my mind. That's really what I'm after. I'm trying to get to where I can, put a certain amount on a stock, and it makes me a certain amount. Now I have preferred stocks that I mess with, and I have it's not an ETF, it's what is it, MLP? No, it's a mutual fund, VTI mutual fund that I mess with, and I'm stacking that mutual fund, and I get about, let's see, I got about 48 bucks off of it. You know what I mean? I got about $48 off of it, but I'm just like, $48 is just not a lot. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing a set it and forget it type of thing, $48, okay. But Thursday, I lost $24, so that means I only gained. You know what I'm saying? But if you're doing set it and forget it, that's fine. But if I took the amount that I have on that VTI and put it into a preferred stock, and it went up 3 to 5%. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You'd be looking at $200, $250, $300 a day, one day. Just shoot up $300 one day. Once the stock market closes, you sell it. Once the stock market opens back up, you go ahead and take out your $150 or whatever you want to put in your account, and then reapply the rest. Boom, and it just stacks. That's what I really like to do. That's what I really like to do, because that way you pay yourself, and if you can get it to where you're paying yourself $270 a day, that means that you're making $100,000 at least for that week. Now, if you can get it to where you're doing like $300 or $400, now you're covering for the 2 days that you're gonna miss, which is Saturday and Sunday. Because you need to make $277 or $78 in order to hit $100,000. So you can do that with the stock market, but you have to have a good preferred stock that's going up 5%, 10% every day. It's hard to find the one that's going up 10%. There are some that go up 30%, but then they go down at 30%. You can find the one that's going up at least 3 to 5% a day. You calculate how much you need for that 3 to 5% in order for you to get $278 or anywhere close to that, or just average that. So you're looking at $6,000-$7,000. Well, you're looking at in between $5,000 to $6,000 just to average that. And then sometime those stocks will catch a flyer and they'll go up 17, 18, 19%, and you'll be good for like 2 weeks. But you better know that it's going to sink down, 5-6% on you. And when it does, it's going to take you with it if you don't pull up out of there. And then, and if it does it too much, somebody might go ahead, they might go ahead and start selling off that stock. And if they do that, once it returns to zero, it's not being sold at the same price it was, which means you just lost. So just stuff, but that's what I'm really concentrating on. I'm not really interested in women right now. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I just started a TikTok too. I flirt with them on TikTok, but there's some angry women on TikTok. Jesus. There's some angry women on there too. I'm like, woo, y'all angry as hell out here, boy. Y'all, woo, black women, boy, y'all are no joke. Y'all do not like black men, boy. Y'all will bite a black man's head completely the freak off. Y'all are vicious, boy. Y'all mothers be angry. Y'all think everybody is after your cookies or, trying to beat you or, trying to. Shoot, I don't have no communication with my baby mama, but I don't look at every woman like my baby mama. You know what I mean? I don't go around doing that. You're just like my baby mama. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Anyways, how's y'all days going on? I don't know who's here. There's 3 people here. I don't know who's here. Crypto is, crypto is a long game, but talk to you later. I gotta read a book. Well, you go and read your book then. What did I go to college for? I didn't even see these comments. I went to college for health administration. So right now, I'm looking at, I was going to be a volunteer ombudsman. But I don't want to volunteer for Jack. See, and the way they introduced it, the volunteer lady, the way she, she was like, yeah, what you're going to do is, it's going to be remote. So I'm thinking I ain't got to, I can just get on my computer and do it. And then she hit me with, no, you actually have to go in. It just turned me off to it. Good day. Lovely Shabbat with Bible and fellowship. Oh, okay. Then she hit me with, no, you got to actually go into these places. And right now is not the time to be walking into nursing homes. It's just not. It's just not the time to be walking into nursing homes. It's really not. Especially with all the news going on out there and what they're talking about. Just the different stuff popping off. It's like, no, I'm not walking into nobody's nursing home. I'm not doing it. Like on purpose. Nah. I thought it was virtual. I can do virtual. But you changed the whole game up and was like, nah, you got to walk in. I'm like, nah, you go ahead and walk in. I'm not doing that right now. However, what I want to do is be able to do stuff like that on my own. Like, I don't want to have a boss. I just want to go and be state certified in something. I want to be state certified in some type of investigative healthcare work. And ombudsman was really attractive to me when I was studying. Now, first I was going to get into insurance fraud, but insurance fraud will get your head knocked off. Literally. That's why I don't rock with insurance fraud, being an ombudsman. So, if you are an ombudsman for insurance fraud, you are the... I got to sneeze. Turn my AC down. If you are the ombudsman for insurance fraud, you are the whistleblower comes to you. Whistleblower comes to you and tells you what's happening in whatever facility. Once they do that, you take that information and you roll it up the proper channels. And it could be it could be something just as minuscule as somebody in a nursing home is being mistreated. A lot of times there are entities within the nursing home that handle that. So you just go and say, hey, so and so isn't getting her showers, and they will go and talk to so and so, change the schedule so she can get her showers. Boom, it's done. But if so and so, okay, the people in nursing homes are supposed to get like $50, supposed to get an allotment. If they're not getting that allotment and they don't know where that money is going, now that's a whole problem. So, what the person who is in the nursing home, what they'll do, the client, what they'll do is, talk to the ombudsman that comes around whenever, and or they'll call the ombudsman. Ombudsman to come and visit their nursing home and say, "Hey, Miss Jenkins, what's going on?" She'll be like, "Yo, yeah, I ain't been getting my money. I ain't got it in months, and I keep asking about it, and they keep telling me to shut the hell up." So, what an ombudsman will do is, we already know who to go talk to. We know to go talk to the people in the financial department, and we can't get an answer from them. That's going to roll right to the director. And the director has to talk to us. The financial department has to talk to us. They don't. It's a federal law. If they don't talk to us, then it's getting ready to get real ugly, because we're gonna go and we're gonna report that to the state. The state is gonna start investigating into it, and if they can't get any answers, now we're going to federal, and we're probably gonna go to federal anyway, because a lot of these people are the programs that they're on are federal programs. So, Medicaid, Medicare is involved, and all that other stuff. They're not getting their food and all that other stuff. Once Medicaid, Medicare, it's involved, that's all federal. You find out who's doing it, so on and so forth. And that's the job of a whistleblower, or as the ombudsman, who protects the whistleblower. Now, let's just say if it was a hospital. If it's a hospital and they call an ombudsman, the ombudsman, it's the same thing, but let's just say that the hospital, the financial, or let's just say that there is medicine gone missing. Let's say it's oxycodone, and Perk 30s and stuff like that. We know that those are popular drugs on the street. So if all the oxycodone is, it's shipments of it, it's turning up missing constantly. One of the nurses, she comes to me, and how she'll come to me is she'll probably write me an email. Now, I don't know who this nurse is. It doesn't matter. Once this nurse writes me an email, I go ahead and I start my investigation. It's just all anonymous, and she can call me. She doesn't have to tell me her name, no nothing. That nurse calls me, tells me, what facility she works in. She gives me certain information, who's her boss, what shift she works, so I know when to look out for it. Boom, I take this information and I go ahead and start stacking it. Then I let the state know that there is now an investigation on Hospital 58. We'll just name it 58. And then Hospital 58 gets a notice from an ombudsman. Sometime we walk in and say, hello, I'm the ombudsman, so on and so forth, and I need to take a look around. They cannot refuse me, and I'll say I need to talk to so and so, and then I'll start pulling out records. I'll say I need to see so and so's record. Boom, you go in, you look at so and so's record. So you don't tell them anything. You don't mention any names to them. You just start snooping around. They know who you are, and they can't tell you to get the hell out because it's federal law. So you go in and you just start asking people certain questions, so on and so forth, and they're now under investigation, and pretty much it's just gonna. But like I said, that's all federal. It's financial, so you're gonna have to go through financial channels, and you get the point. Now, an example of this is, remember when Obama was running for president? When Obama was running for president, he was running out of what? Chicago, right? He was a senator. When they knew he was going to win president, that seat was open. When that seat became open, there was a governor named Blagojevich. He was the governor of Chicago at that time. Blagojevich wanted the Senate seat. He wanted to, Senate seat. So what he did was he made a phone call to the powers that be, and he said, "I want that Senate seat. I want, $250,000 a year. I want my wife to have so and so, and you guys better make this happen." Well, they got that all on the wiretap, and that's how Blagojevich got investigated. Now, what's this got to do with the ombudsman program? That's what it has to do with it. Uh, a whistle was not blown on Blagojevich, but he was investigated because the main hospital that's there, and I think it's a state hospital that's there, was ran by a woman. And what had happened was there were contracts. Okay, so when you build a hospital, you just can't say, "I'm going to build an extra wing onto this hospital," especially if it's a state hospital. You have to have certain documents from the government that says that you're allowed to build an extra wing onto this hospital. There are several reasons for that. One of the biggest reasons is contracts. So there was a man that walked into her office, and he knew that she was going to build another wing onto the hospital, which is going to be millions of dollars. And he gave her a number, and he said, "Don't call anybody else but this number." That is illegal. You cannot do that as a contractor. You can't. It's a bidding. What they have to have is a bidding war first, so they can pick what contractor is going to get what bid. You can't go in and bully a director of a major healthcare facility and say, "Don't call anyone else." That's pretty much a threat. She took it as a threat. She called the federal government. When she called the federal government, she had her phone wired. When she had her phone wired, that wired, they start listening on her phone calls. They start tracing where all of those phone calls were going. It ended up going to the governor's office, Governor Blagojevich, and that's how they caught him saying, "I want $250,000, so on and so forth." And that's how he got busted and got kicked out of his job. So, and this is one reason why healthcare is very, very dangerous, because a lot of that money comes straight from the government, and it is a lot of money, and these contractors want these huge bids, and some people have lost their lives messing around getting these contracts, because it can change your life instantly, because it's a lot of money, and the government is going to pay it out. Medicare, Medicaid, they're going to pay it out. So anyway, she ended up getting the wing built onto the. You can look that story up, but that's the person who tried to take President Obama's seat once he left the Senate. And for those of you who don't know, another thing is I used to work for the Ohio House of Representatives. So, whenever I needed some help from the woman who used to sit in my seat as a legislative aide, she and her person she worked for, Governor Harris, moved to the, or Governor, Representative, House Representative Harris, moved up, and he won the Senate seat. So what I would do if I had an issue with somebody, I would go over there and get a letter from the senator. I wouldn't even talk to him. I would just go over to her. Her name was Susie. Some old white lady, real cool. She'd look at me, she'd go, "Hey, Anthony," was going to be like, "I need your help." She was like, "What do you need?" I was like, "I need a letter." She'd give me a letter. She'd type it up, have the senator's seal on it. Boom, I'd take that letter and send it to wherever I needed to send it to, and things would get straightened out real quick. And the thing is so bad is I can still do it. I can still call down to the House representative and say, "Hey, I used to work down there some 20 years ago. Can I get a letter stating that I worked there?" And they'll go, "Yeah." And sometimes they'll fumble around with it, but if you go down there, you can get a letter that says he did work here at one time, and then boom. And that's it, and that's all. And if I have to go before a judge, or something like that, I will go and get that letter, and say, boom. So whenever you go before a judge, they look and go, "Oh, you used to work for the House of Representatives." "Yes, I did, Your Honor." I go, okay, and they respect the position. Because judges are elected, and they know you have friends in high places. So yeah, but yeah, so that's why I was looking at being an ombudsman, because I really like the investigative power, but I don't. I know I would have to carry a weapon. You know what I mean? I don't really want to carry a weapon, not to work, but I would have to. There's no way I would be an ombudsman and not have CCW. There's just no way. It's just too much money being thrown around with healthcare, and there's just too many angry people. So, didn't know if you guys knew any of that stuff or not, but yeah, that's what an ombudsman does. And, I mean, and they do a lot of other stuff. But if you guys have any problem with your insurance, your health insurance, and stuff like that, if you guys go to a hospital and you're being mistreated, call an ombudsman. And I'm serious about that. If you think that the treatment at a hospital is not right, or you think you're being ignored, or you think there's racism or anything like that, just go ahead and call an ombudsman. You can find an ombudsman that will cover that hospital, because we cover like a wide, regions, and you can call what you can do is call the state and say, hey, you can call the Department of Insurance actually, and they're going to call an ombudsman, and an ombudsman is going to go out to that hospital and is going to walk in there and pretty much, uh, you know. And the thing about the ombudsman is we can wear like this little badge, uh, but most people don't know who we are, not unless we've been there before. But they don't know who you are, and you're just as casual until you say, hey, I'm with the Ombudsman program. And then if they want to look at your credentials, you flip it out and go, boom, here it is. So they go, okay, how can I help you? And usually the secretary is oblivious to why you're there, but he or she has seen the ombudsman before, and pretty much once she acknowledges that you're an ombudsman person, you can go ahead and ask her for information, and or where the information is that you need. And a lot of times the information that you need is right there. Some of the books the login books that you need to find out information on people, it's just that's all going to be right there within arm's reach. So you can just like, no, I'm just going to go and check out your login books. And he or she's going to go, okay, fine. And boom, you start your investigation, look at the names that you need to look at, and then go right down to the department that you need to go to, and handle it from there. And nobody's going to come out and stop you. If anything, they're going to come out and help you because they don't want the smoke. They don't want the smoke. You know what I'm saying? They don't want it. So the director, let's just say a director is about to leave for the day, and you walk in and say, "Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?" That director's going to sit down and talk to you. He might say, or she might say, "I was about to leave." Be like, "Okay, well, I need to talk to you." That person's going to sit their butt right back down, and they're going to be like, what's going on? That's how powerful an ombudsman is. Because once you write your report, and if that report says that this director gave you a hard time or did not want to talk to you, and things along that line, they know that they could lose their job instantly. They know that they're going to be investigated, especially if they're in on it. Now, I'll tell you another story in the healthcare business. Let me see if y'all asked me anything. Okay, nobody said anything. Because sometimes I miss the comments. So I'll tell you another story. There was and it's a true story. There was a guy. Guy was 70-ish years old. And what he did was he was stealing money from the hospital, and the way he was doing it through Medicare and Medicaid. He was pretty much committing fraud. He was committing healthcare fraud, and here's how he did it. This was it was interesting, but this is how devious these people are. What he did was he went to a homeless shelter, right? And while he was at the homeless shelter, he asked for the director of the homeless shelter, for the men's homeless shelter. And he noticed how many people were coming in and out. And he went to the director and he says, I want you to bring these men to my hospital. And he says, I'm going to give them a checkup. Here's something that you don't know about a lot of homeless people. They're not sick. They're actually a lot healthier than what you think. They don't need a bunch of checkups. So the director was like, like, what's this all about? He was like, listen, I'm going to pay you a lot of money if you put these people in the van and bring them up to my hospital. Director said, the director of the homeless shelter said, boom, bam, beams a hand, we'll get him up there. Got his little bit of money. Boom. He starts shipping people up there on a weekly basis. Going up to see the doc. They would come in, write whatever down, go in, they would see a doctor, right? The doctor would say, hey, is there anything wrong with you? And a homeless person might say, yeah, something's wrong with my ear, this, that, and the third. So the doctor would look at their ear and go, oh, you got a little ear infection. And then he would look at the other ear and go, and then look at the other ear and go, you have an ear infection in here too. But they did not. Now, if you ever been to a hospital and or a medical care facility, you will notice that the form that they are filling out, well, you probably might not even notice. Okay, so I don't know if it's a HICFA that they're filling out, but they're filling out a form. All right, and when they fill out that form, they're using what is called ICD-10 codes. It just got changed from ICD-9. It is ICD-10 codes, right? These codes tell the doctor what procedure needs to be done to fix you. And they tell the billing department what procedures were done. So everybody in the facility knows these codes except you. So when you go in and you need your ears checked, and the doctor checks your ears and says you have an ear infection, and he does something to help out your ear infection, that's one ear. That is one ICD-9 code. That's your right ear has been checked. We did this to it. This is how much it costs. Boom. But when he says, oh, and we did this to your other ear, but there was not an infection in it, that is fraud. That is healthcare fraud. Because they're going to bill some kind of insurance for payment of something that did not need to be done. That is healthcare fraud. And this guy did this for years, and it came from the director. The director orchestrated this whole thing. He did this for about 4 years until they finally got caught. And the reason how they got caught is because Medicare and Medicaid noticed that they were paying a lot of money out to this particular hospital, and they were wondering why. Well, once they started an investigation, they pretty much followed the breadcrumbs. You follow the money. And once they followed the money, and they started investigating, probably an ombudsman came in and whatever, so forth, or maybe not. They may just have a federal person come in at that level. Basically, what they did was they started investigating them. They noticed where, like I said, they followed the breadcrumbs. They found out what doctors were doing, what these doctors started squealing. The director of the healthcare of the that were bringing the men in, he started, squealing like a pig too. Everybody starts squealing once the feds get involved, and it just didn't take long before it all rolled uphill. This guy was like in his 70s. He got life. He got life in prison, in federal prison. Yeah, because he stole over like $4 million plus. So let me give you a little bit more insight on that. If Grandma Moses decided she needed a brand new cane, and she got that new cane from Medicare, Medicaid, and she says, I need a new cane. She petitions for a new cane. Medicare, Medicaid sends her a new cane. Then she petitions again for a new cane. They send her a new cane, and they're just like, wait a minute, why do you need two new canes, within, 2 months or something? And then they're thinking, okay, something might be wrong here. Now, of course, now they're thinking, of course, something might be wrong here. Now, this is just Grandma Moses and the cane. Cane costs maybe $60 for a good wooden cane. They're going, something's not right. They found out that she just wanted two canes. She didn't think nothing of it. She'd seen how easy it was for her to get a cane. She just wanted two canes. So she was like, my other cane is broken, boom. My other cane is broken, boom. She committed healthcare fraud because her first cane was not broken. She told a lie. Now, once she tells that lie, and then the feds look at it and they go, you told a lie to get a $60 cane. You did not need this other cane. So now what are their options? What are they going to do? Well, they're not going to throw her in federal prison. What they're going to do is take her to state jail. But they're not even gonna. They're really not even gonna lock her up. But if they wanted to, they could lock her up for 6 months. Anything under $250, they could lock you up for 6 months in state jail, which is worse than Fed time. But they could have locked her up, but they're probably not going to lock her up. But she's going to go to a judge, a state judge. And our judge is going to hand her, down the sentence, and the sentence is going to be pay back the $62 and going about your business. And it's going to be a misdemeanor. It's going to be a misdemeanor. Now, let's just say that, and they're going to figure she didn't know what she was doing. Now, let's look at, if you ever watched American Greed, you'll see a lot of healthcare. So on American Greed, one of the stories where there was a doctor, if I can get this right, basically what they were doing was they were trying to they were trying to hand out Sarcan or whatever for whatever this drug is out there that's killing people. But nonetheless, they were allowing people to get this fix for I forgot what it is that's out there killing people. Anyway, so they had set up shop, so on and so forth. And they were falsely billing these people, and these people didn't have a lot of money. And once you falsely bill somebody, once you put something down and say it costs this much, and they did not need that money's going to come from somewhere. If these people can't get it, they're going to go through their insurance company, and most of the time, their insurance company is going to be a federal insurance company. It's going to be a federal program. Well, those people were making a hell of a lot more money than $250. So once they got busted, those people went to prison. So just letting you guys know some information on ombudsman and the healthcare programs that you are all in. You're all a part of it. And some of the things that you can actually go out and do to help yourself if something happens to you that you think is unfair and or unjust in some kind of way. You do have somebody that you can call. You can start, and it starts at the state level, and you can have whoever it is, all the way to car insurance, your car insurance too, because all of it is federally and state regulated. All right, so I think everybody's gone. Now there's one person here. And you got any questions before I beat it? I enjoy talking to you guys. Let's see, I've been on for an hour. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and go. If nobody has anything to ask me, probably don't. I probably bored you guys to death. Matrix Network. Nonetheless, if you guys do have any questions, just hit me up in the comment section and we'll talk about it. Peace.